Hey guys, Jsnow with a WoW video for you guys. I guess a WoW social experiment for you guys. So I just wanted to go into WoW, and since a lot of players aren't playing right now, because obviously we're still in content drought and no expansion on the horizon yet. I mean, the Legion expansion comes out August 30th, but until August 30th, we obviously still have WoD. So I wanted to go through the, the chat, and I wanted to show you guys, I guess, basically a normal WoW gameplay that I usually do almost every other day, and what probably a lot of people in the game also do. Now, of course, I can't replicate it the best because I'm obviously talking on camera and streaming, but this is basically what I do, and I just wanted to see if we can actually even get any social interaction in World of Warcraft without, pushing it too far. Like, basically blatantly going, oh my god, say something, or whatever. So, my first example is, of course, trade chat. So if you look at trade chat, you can see all these triangles and crap, and trade chat is just full of spammers. So obviously we got the one spammer here who's blatantly spamming gold shit, so we'll just report him. And then you have these things also here. So these are things that are usually spam, right here, where they go, want to sell 13 at 13 heroic clear with master loot, with whatever. No, actually that one's probably not spam, but there's a lot of, if you see basically this kind of spam, but they don't ask for like a gold amount right away, then that means they're usually selling the crap on PayPal. They usually spam all day, but I guess there's none today. Yeah, right here. Here you go. This is the difference between the spam. So non-spam is this guy's asking for 185k, so I assume he has a guild and he's actually doing it. And then the real spam is this guy saying he wants to sell the same thing, but it says self-play. Self-play is the keyword, which means you have to pay for it on Skype, and they're probably running a bunch of bots to either do the instance or they're doing shady shit. And you're basically, you risk the chance of getting banned if you do it. And then at the same time, apparently this one guy is like a mythic Hellfire Master, and at the same time he can give you all the PvP gear because he's also a 2200 rank arena player. Yeah, okay. So that's what it's all full of, and as you can see, there's not really that much going on. I'm actually surprised people are selling stuff, but for the most part, usually nobody's selling things. But it is the weekend, so that's a chance. So what I'm going to basically do, I was actually going to do daily quest, which could be a little bit more interactive, but I'm just going to use the group finder. So this is what a lot of new players complain about. Now the group finder, while it does kill the social interaction of finding your group, if you think about it, it takes way too long to find a group. And in this day and age, back in the day it was okay, but this day and age, the time is just way too long. So like, for example, let's say if I wanted to do, back in vanilla, let's just go to vanilla really quick. Let's say I wanted to do, Barrens. Let's say I wanted to do Wailing Caverns. So that means I would have to go all the way to Thorotar, spam and trade, hopefully get 5 people, or I can spam in Northern Barrens, and then I have to walk all the way to Wailing Caverns. Now that could take a huge amount of time. It could take 5 seconds, but it really depends on who's there, because you never know if you're going to get a bunch of DPSs, a bunch of healers, or even a tank. So for this, I'm going to be a tank, and I really wish the bonus loot was up, but apparently it's not. So we're going to do a random heroic, and it's a one button click, which of course kills all the socialization, but I like this because I don't feel like waiting 2 hours to do a dungeon. So let's see what happens. So what I'm predicting right now is I'm going to walk in, people are probably going to just say hi, and then we're just going to steamroll the instance. And that's another thing, because you can almost apply this to also Final Fantasy XIV MMO. And in Final Fantasy XIV, because the dungeons are actually difficult, you're forced to actually talk to each other, because you can't really just steamroll most of the dungeons. But in World of Warcraft, you pretty much steamroll. So right now, I'm actually not even going to say hi on purpose, just to show the point that you don't even have to say a word to get this instance done. And if you think about it, in all MMOs, a 5-man dungeon, if you think about it, that should be a social thing, because it's a 5-man dungeon. You're 5 heroes trying to kill whatever the end boss is. In this one, I think it's Terran Gore, and he's super easy, but he's technically a major character because he does become a raid boss later on. But I mean, the fact that you don't have to say a word and just steamroll through the dungeon is just ridiculous. So I mean, if nobody says anything, I'll try to say something and see what happens. But and here you go, somebody just left. The healer just left. Man, I guess we could. Yeah, usually when the healer leaves, that's not a good thing, but we got an instant replacement. And now that you think of it, and if you didn't have the group finder, they wouldn't have just left. So I have a clue who that guy was. You can probably see his name in chat. And I'm not knocking him or anything. He could have had like an emergency, or he just didn't want to do this instance. But anyways, what do you call it? Like within 5 seconds, I'm not gonna remember who that guy is. I didn't remember his name when he first came in. So as you can see, oh my god, the hunter needs. See, now I have to say something. Turn off pack, please. Huntards, man. But see, there's a thing going around in WoW where there's huntards, and it's usually because they leave pack on. See, everybody's complaining about pack. All right, we got our social interaction, but that's because the hunter doesn't turn off pack. Yeah, I'm not. Seriously, I'm not actually gonna pull anything more if you keep doing this. Hunter, pack, turn off. And sometimes they don't turn it off for like 20. Fine. All right, we got it. Thank you. Jeez. I hate pack. They should just get rid of pack. Like I can't even think of a time where it was actually useful, to be honest. So they should just get rid of it. So now that we don't have, he turned it back on. Oh, what is this guy doing? Okay, this was not supposed to be part of the video. Off. All right, we're probably actually gonna have to kick him because normally I would pull this whole room, but obviously, I guess it's just not my day. Turn off the pack. You know, it's not to be kicked. See, while this is socialization, this is negative socialization. And I'm actually gonna get up because the instant's so easy. I can just get up and close the door because it's making noises. I mean, I can pretty much hold the aggro. I'm pretty sure for everybody. All right, finally, is it off? Let me just triple check. He's right next to me, right? All right. Thank you. See, and that's the thing. It promotes like really bad social things, but then again, if he's gonna keep pack on, that ruins the whole instance. Because you get a 30% stun every time you get hit while pack is on. So obviously I do not want to be stunned the entire time I'm doing this dungeon. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I become a little elitist, but that's usually when people are doing like ridiculously stupid things like that. I mean, if they're not pulling their weight in DPS, I don't really care because I can just usually out DPS everybody. I don't have meters, so I actually can't prove that, but when you're at 226k HP this far in expansion, where 400 is kind of like the baseline, you're probably not doing that much DPS. And now another thing is the mechanics. So another thing is you would think you would speak to everybody, you know, just remind everybody of the mechanics, but the mechanics are just a joke because the bosses die in 5 seconds. So as you can see, my record victory, I have an add-on that actually puts the victory down. My record victory for this was like almost like, I think 20 seconds. So we killed a boss in a heroic dungeon in less than 20 seconds. Well, I like that idea because I just like getting loot. It's kind of ridiculous. So right now he's going to do his major ability, and we could probably, I'm just going to kill him before he even gets it off, and hopefully nobody dies. So yeah, we killed him before he actually did his major ability. So my add-on says, he's down after, we killed him in 36 seconds, and your last kill took 1 minute. In 99 seconds? Wait, 9.99 seconds? Your fastest kill was 13.35 seconds. Just think about that, especially if you played older WoW or if you play any other MMO, basically. When do you kill a boss in 13 seconds? Ever? I mean, that sounds like hacks. Like, it sounds like hacks, but it's just the game being overpowered. Excuse me. And let me put I forgot one of my buffs, I think. Did I have the buff one? So here I usually just pull everything, and I can heal people, so I'm not usually worried about anybody dying. I just have to worry about the pack. I mean, if he puts on an aspect of the pack, then somebody's dying. So pretty much I just pull everything because everything's just a joke. And I mean, heroics used to be hard, especially if you go to Cataclysm. Cataclysm was where they decided not to make the heroics any more harder than they should be, I guess. Because Cataclysm heroics were like, you know, you had to have the CC and everything. Even in Vanilla, same thing. Vanilla, basically well, not Wrath. Wrath had pretty easy heroics. But for the most part, you know, you could not do a pull like this. You would die in like 5 seconds. And another thing, you gotta be, if you do pull like this, you gotta kind of be aware, because also it seems like our DPS really isn't that great. So, I think I'm not gonna pull as big because nothing's really dying. I'm noticing. I'm doing my best to try to stun as much as possible. Not cooldowns, because I'm about to die. I shouldn't be, because the healer is actually at full health and full mana, so I don't know what the problem is with that, but... Alright, we got all those, and there's a dude somewhere. And that's another thing, I usually do my instances while, like, looking at Reddit, or, like, what do you call it, or watching YouTube videos, or listening to music, because you don't have to pay attention. Especially this boss. This boss is actually the prime example. So I could probably just look away at the camera and kill this boss because she just dies way too quick and her ability does nothing. So I'm just gonna lay back, look at this guy. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of look at the screen just to prove my point. And nobody has talked yet, other than the other than the S of the pack. We have not said hi. We have not said yo, what's up, or really anything like that. So, you know, I'm sitting back here chilling, killing the thing. Now, this is not to make me look like a true elitist. I'm just trying to prove the point that the things are just way too easy. It's just like, you know, I'm spamming buttons. I'm not looking at my keyboard. I'm just spamming the button. Oh, look, 16%. Alright, I can get up there. So, her main ability actually went off, which usually should never happen, but what do you call her main ability does like no damage. It's like, you know, what I should have done was pick. I don't have room, but what I would have done was I would have face rolled on my keyboard for fun. I would have done that. I've actually done that before and killed the boss. So yes, when they say things are face roll, they're not kidding. The next two bosses I can't face roll though, because you actually have to move. But if, like, let's say if the DPS was actually good, then yeah, I probably could face roll the bosses. So yeah, I actually did that. I think I did that in Mr. Pandaria. Like I just put my face like near the action keys that I needed, and I just rolled back and forth, and still killed the boss. But I'm pretty sure I was DPS. I doubt I did that or something. And out of all the heroics, there's only one that's actually really hard. One boss, because it's only because people, I guess, never remember it. So let's actually try to find it. I can give you an example really quick. Yeah, Grimrail Depot, Grimrail Depot, and Nitrod Thunder Tower. So this dude, Nitrod Thunder Tower, has a complicated because you have to use the cannons and stuff, and because he's only slightly he's not hard at all. He's slightly complicated. You could wipe him pretty easily if your group has no idea what you're doing. So, and that's like the hardest boss, and he's not even remotely hard, like, at all. I mean, who knows? Like, right now we're having no trouble. Like, even on the Hunter, I don't know if it's an alt, I don't know if he's a new player, but right now he's doing what he's doing. I mean, he did mess up with the pack, but once the pack's off, he's obviously not an issue, so... You know, even if it's your first time doing these dungeons, everybody should usually be carrying you. Even if it's your first time. And looking at Legion, I think it's going to be the same exact thing. I mean, they said they're going to add more, Mythic mode is going to be a little bit more, what do you call it, intense, I guess so to say, but even Mythics are easy, because as long as you just follow the boss, I mean, they're not meant to be super hard, but then again, they call it a Mythic dungeon, so, you know, it should be hard. But anyways, what do you call it, oh, I gotta heal this guy up. Alright, there you go, yeah, see, like, one heal, and he's already topped off, like, Paladins are just crazy, and my favorite tanking class, I mean, nice that they made him a little less face roll, but I do like how they are now. I think, what do you call it, Warlords of Draenor Paladin is probably neck to neck with Wrath of the Lich King Paladin. Wrath of the Lich King Paladin is so much fun, because you can actually do PvP and, you know, do damage. Alright, this guy, if you're fast enough, you can kill him before he even does his special ability. But, yeah, Claw of Argus, so if we can kill him in 30 seconds, we don't have to deal with any nonsense, pretty much. But chances of that happening are kind of low, but we'll see what happens. So record victory went up, so that means we killed them already before. And actually, we might do it. Huh. Alright, pretty close. Yep, he's dead. I'm actually surprised we did it with this group. Yeah, he's dead. He's supposed to have a whole ad phase where a bunch of little demons come out and everything, and we killed them beforehand. No. We didn't even say anything. Nothing. There has been no... Look at I'm scrolling up the chat. There's not a single word. The last word that was said was thank you when the guy finally turned off his aspect of the pack. Like, damn, man. It's just bad. So I guess now, since we're pretty much done with the instance, I'll just talk about how this this is pretty negative on and why people want like vanilla servers and stuff like that. So, in response to the vanilla servers, which I've already kind of responded to, but this is what people are missing, because back in vanilla, you used to have this social interaction. You used to not be able to face roll the bosses this easy. Like, yeah, people like to kill easy bosses, but 13 seconds? Like, that's not even, you might as well just, you might as well go up to the boss and the boss should say, "Hi, Jsnow, the mighty paladin. Alright, you are too scary for me, and here is your loot bag. And I will then commit Sudoku. Like, that's what every boss might as well do in WoD Heroics. Like, it's just pathetic. So, I mean, back in vanilla, you know, you used to have to fight for that loot. You earned that loot. And, of course, if you weren't good at the game, you couldn't get that loot. It was plain and simple. There is no such thing as these, like, gold carries or, like, you know, pay $100, get your mythic achievement. And that's another issue, and I really hate it that you can pretty much buy the entire game. Like, people say WoW is not pay to play, but if you really think about it, if you decide to go under the scenes, of course I don't promote this, don't do it, otherwise you'll get banned. If you decide to go, you know, into the black market of WoW, you can buy anything in the game, which shouldn't even be possible if it's that difficult. So apparently, I guess Mythic Archimite or whatever is not that crazy that they can actually afford to start selling people off. I mean, of course, they probably use hacks and bots, so of course that's an issue, but for the most part, I mean, it's just ridiculous that you can buy the highest tier content. Like, if you think about it, if you go back to Burning Crusade, nobody was buying, I mean, somebody probably did, but nobody was buying Illidan. Like, Illidan would kick your fucking ass if you brought, you know, like scrubs that just sat there and paid, you know, $100 to kill him or something. You needed all 25 people to actually do something. But nowadays, you can get away with, like, only 20 people in your raid knowing to fight, and you can carry, like, what, 5 people, I think, max? So it's just really weird. So here's the end of the instance. This guy will probably die even quicker than the other boss. I think it took us 30 seconds to kill him, so this guy should be like 25 seconds if we're actually good. Pop CDs. I would like it done in 20 seconds because I don't want this video to be forever. Actually, we have rogues. Yeah, I mean, unless the hunter has CDs, but we don't have anything. No cooldowns, but, you know, it's still dying super fast. And on this fight, I just ignore everything because the ad doesn't matter. Like, look at this. The ad. You actually CC'd the ad, which I don't know why he CC'd the ad, but the ad pretty much does nothing. You just walk away from it. that's pretty much what it is. So he's dead already. The fight is over. The ad will move a little bit more. But anyways, the chest should be over here, and you get your loot. You know, there you go. I just got 61 gold. I just got 200 garrison resources. I got Valor, which I can upgrade my gear to like massive item levels. And then you just get whatever's in the chest. So I got a piece of gear that's total garbage. That's another thing. They outdated this gear like within less than a month, which was a little ridiculous. And alright, some guy says thank you. Have a good day, because why not? And look, everybody already left, so for the most part. And there it is. That's you know, that's how it is in WoW. The same, you could apply the same thing to Raid Finder. So, but in Raid Finder, people are gonna talk because they're usually gonna talk shit because a lot of people like to talk shit in Raid Finder. But you can do the same thing. I can queue up for Raid Finder right now. I'm pretty sure the same exact thing will happen. I can do a PvP match. Same exact thing will happen. Even though in PvP there is a little bit more socialization because people get really pissed really quick. And you know, other than like Mythic or Heroic raiding, there's no difference. I mean, unless you're doing Mythic or Heroic raids or you're doing 2200 arenas, there's no need to talk. You can get everything done without talking. Look, I can herb my stuff, I can get my garrisons, and all that. And so I'll just look at the trade chat really quick. Hillary is really Cobra Commander. Okay, yeah, another thing. Trade chat is not even like used for trade. It's just used for trolls and gold sellers. So, I mean, hopefully Legion will bring some of the, you know, trade chat back to maybe some logical level. I mean, now they're going Hail Hydra and everything. So, thanks for watching. I hope this video was of interest to you guys. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to share it with your friends, like the video, subscribe for more, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time.